guys remember how many episodes there was of AMD Zen CPU in 2015? Well, they happened near the beginning of the year, so you might not even remember, but there was a total of 3 episodes. Pretty measly, to be completely honest. Which is why now I'm starting up back the series, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my channel has definitely changed a lot since I've started Gaming with Pope, so now I'm going to name it Tech News with Pope, and that's basically going to include pretty much half technology news, like computer stuff mostly, basically, and then half gaming news, because that stuff is still very much related to tech news as well. So it all falls under Tech News with Pope now in this new series, which we're going to start up right now. So the first article is about ColecoVision is coming out with a remake of their, it's kind of like a remake. It's basically a new console that is going to run old games and retro stuff. It's called the ColecoVision Chameleon, so that should be fun. Also, we're going to talk about the new AMD Zen architecture CPUs. After that, we're going to talk about PS4 and maybe like a Wii U coming out with external GPUs, maybe. It's kind of interesting there. And then I got one little bonus article at the end. So let's get into this Tech News with Pope first episode. And actually, before we jump into this first article, I wanted to say that the graphics for the show still show Gaming News with Pope instead of Tech News with Pope. I will be changing this in the future. I just kind of wanted to make an episode because I kind of want to get back into this series. And actually, my next semester at college is looking a lot easier, so I think I will be able to continue this series. I really hope so. At least weekly shows I'm really hoping for, so we'll try to do that. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention the gameplay. It's let's see, it's Dirt Showdown. I'm playing it on PC with keyboard, by the way, so not a controller. So just wanted to mention that. Anyways, this first article, ColecoVision, which I think they made maybe like the first console ever, to be completely honest, the first like home console at the very least. But anyways, regardless, they're making a new console now. It's called the Chameleon, and it's launching 3 decades after their first one. Apparently, it's going to play cartridge games. I believe it's going to play 8, 16, and then 32-bit era games. And actually, I guess it's still going to play new games on top of that, but it's going to be like retro-styled games and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. You know, I mean, it definitely looks very retro, but actually, it kind of looks better than the Xbox One, to be completely honest. So, actually, if you guys want to see the console itself, links in the description for the article where I found all these articles and everything, so check that out. Also, it's not going to be connected to the internet, interestingly enough. I guess, you know, it's holding true to that retro theme. So there's no updates that you have to deal with. So whenever you turn on the console, it's like, hey, you can play some games. You don't have to worry about these bullshit updates, which like the PS3 was like riddled with and shit like that. So anyways, that's pretty cool stuff. Apparently it's going to be released, or it's going to be shown at the New York Toy Fair in February or some shit like that. And it might be on Kickstarter as well, so watch out for that. It might be something kind of cool. Who knows? Well, this is totally a rumor, and it's coming from WCCF Tech, so it's definitely a rumor website. But I still wanted to mention it because, hey, I mean, it's time for AMD to come out with some goddamn new CPUs, let's be honest here. So apparently the Zen architecture CPUs might be coming out in spring, which would be awesome. I know I've seen a lot more articles that say that it's going to come out in like maybe holiday 2016, which is way too far off. I don't know about you guys, but I have AMD CPUs in my computers, and it's just getting old as shit. Like, I'm ready to move over to Intel. And I don't know, if it comes out in the spring like it says, it might be worth waiting to see if the AMD Zen architecture CPUs are any good or not. So apparently, according to this, they're using a leak from a motherboard of an AM4 socket, and they're comparing it to a leak of like of a previous motherboard from AMD, and then the time frame between the motherboard getting leaked and the CPU getting announced and stuff like that. So apparently it might come out in March according to all that complicated stuff, but also it's a rumor, so we'll see what happens. I'm ready for AMD to come out with a new CPU, but it seems like they're taking their fucking sweet ass time. So I know this is going to come as a big shocker to most of you guys, but apparently current modern day consoles, next gen consoles as some people say, really aren't as next gen as they say, and they're actually going to need external graphics cards and computational boxes or whatever to run games and stuff like that. So apparently Nintendo filed a patent for an external computational device. Sony has also revealed that they're going to need that same sort of box whenever they launch their own VR later on, I guess. So apparently Sony wants, on their VR, they want 120 Hz refresh rate, which is very, very high. Wow. and they also really want like low latency, like stuff like that. Of course, that's really not possible with current PS4 hardware. Even though PS4 is the most powerful gaming console out there right now, it's nowhere near what you need for VR, which even a lot of modern day PCs really aren't that strong for VR, to be honest with you. So apparently they're going to come out with external computational boxes, which I think are basically just fancy words for external graphics cards. Honestly, I think it'd be cool if they came out with like a little box that you could hook up to your PS4 or your Xbox One or your Wii U, that you could just like literally put like a GTX 980 in there. I think that'd be pretty badass. And then, I mean, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be a good combination between the ease of playing consoles and also the incredible power on PCs. So I think that'd be cool. I think it's also kind of funny that they need these boxes for consoles, but that's just how it is, I guess. So we'll see if we get external graphics cards for our consoles later on. It's kind of looking like that if they want to have VR on them at the very least. And here's that last little short article I wanted to tell you guys about. If you guys love simulator games, which I know a lot of them are really great, like Farm Simulator, holy crap, is that game great. Totally kidding, by the way, in case you didn't catch that sarcasm, which actually I didn't really make that clear. Anyways, American Truck Simulator is coming out pretty soon. So you guys know about Euro Truck Simulator? Well, this is going to be way better. Apparently it's going to launch with only a couple trucks, which is good. You don't really want that many. You don't want to get that confused with it. And also it only starts with the state of California. So, I mean, you know, California's a big state, right? I mean, that's all that matters in the United States anyway. Anyways, so that game is coming out pretty soon. February 3rd, apparently, is the actual release date. So pre-order that shit, guys. It's really important. That game is probably going to be really great. And, yeah, I mean, I'll probably use it like for benchmark videos, right? And stuff like that, so... Okay, cool. And with that said, that'll finish up episode 1 of Tech News with Pope. And actually, it kind of sucks because how many episodes of Gaming with Pope did I have? I had 87, no, 85. Holy shit, that's a lot. So, kind of throwing away all those episodes, but they're still pretty fun. I really loved all your guys' support on all the Gaming News with Pope episodes, even though it was kind of far in, definitely in between in 2015, but hopefully that'll change for Tech News with Pope moving on into 2016. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Once again, the gameplay was Dirt Showdown for PC. If you guys have any gameplay suggestions, remember you can leave those in the comment section and I'll try to rent those games. But beyond that, if you guys want to drop a like on this video, feel free to do that. If you like this series and you want to support it, then do that. If you don't, then just maybe comment on this video and just say, what up, dude? But beyond that, subscribe to the channel if you want to, and I'll see you crazy motherfuckers later. Peace out.